There's a tight end out of NC State that I like. That's pretty smooth. Um,
Jolly, right?
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
think he's pretty
he's
smooth.
nice.
Yeah, I think
He
he's
is
pretty
nice,
smooth.
man.
I think he can be like I don't want to say because old boy put up crazy production. It's like Harold Fanning put up monster production at that was Bowling Green, right?
Over at
Bowling
Bowling
Green.
Green. But I mean, he was nice. He's nice with Cleveland right now. I mean, he was like
Yeah,
second leading receiver, something like that. But
Hmm.
exactly. That's why I don't. That's why I said I don't want to put him on that plane. But he's like
yeah,
he's. I think he can be like a play, like a move tight end type of dude. But like we already got Brock, so we need more of a blocker. Even Max Clare from Ohio State, he's not really like a blocking tight end for the most part. So um,
yeah. I mean, it might be time to look for another tight end because I mean, Michael Mayer, he
yeah,
may or may not be around next year. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Probably not. So you might want to look for a tight end too.
Yeah, this is the last year for him, really, in my
Yeah,
opinion. Unfortunately.
yeah, man.
Don't forget to clock in, like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Here we go.
Great Pharaoh. The gift of Troy is a fabulous fabric from the land of the five rivers.
Hit the edge 30, 35, 40. Midfield, McMahon breaks the tackle. He's gone! 10, 5, touchdown! Raiders!
2 years ago, when we came to Los Angeles, I really believed that the greatness of the Raiders would be in its future.
We back for another edition of Around the Shield, and we got the return of Big Mike Raider.
Yes, sir. Man, yo, thanks for having me, y'all, man. It is good to be back on a trip around the Shield, baby. Let's get it.
Yes, sir, man. The return, man. We gonna have it's gonna be a fire show. We gonna get into the latest and greatest with the Raiders. Obviously, we all know that Kirk Cousins signed earlier today. We'll get into that. Obviously, we want to hear Big Mike's thoughts on the offseason and what he thinks and all that good stuff. And we're not, before we get out of here, we're gonna do a mock draft, our first mock draft this offseason. And obviously Big Mike gotta be there for the mock draft season. It's mock draft season, so we got to get Big Mike in on the action. So definitely tune in, and then the phone lines will be open in just a second. Hey man, we appreciate everybody coming through. Night crew in the building, man. Appreciate y'all. Make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We're going live on both our channels, so if you haven't already, make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And obviously, if you ain't subscribed to Big Mike Raider, whatever you missing. Hey, are we who are we on right now? What day are we on? We're on
we're on day 11, and we're covering Chris Bell. Chris Bell, man. And this is season 4, y'all. Yesterday was episode 100 of Big Mike's Big 30 Days, 30 Prospects.
Yes,
We've done 101 prospects in 4 seasons. Come on, man. Let's do it, man. Show some love.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely check out Big Mike Raider. Subscribe to my guy. If my mod's in here, definitely put in the links. But yeah, man, salute to everybody pulling up. Daryl in the building. Okay, I get it. Pharaoh's pulling April Fools. What you talking about, man? Black Sales. All good, man. Appreciate
Black
you coming.
Sales. What's up,
good,
bro?
Good.
What's going on,
Red in the building, man. What's good? He says, Rays. I got you. Franklin in the building, man. Appreciate you pulling up. Brendan.
Frank.
He says, time to check out tight end prospect view. T-Ho.
Oh, look. Yeah, I got
you. Almost got you.
Hey, I got you, man. International portal. Go check out Max Girth, linebacker, man. Go check him out.
Brandon, man. He almost got me, but I didn't pronounce it right. So, DK the building, man. What's good? The King of Minds and the Raiders doing everything right this offseason so far. Hey,
yeah, man.
Hey, man. Yeah. Look, offseason is off-season is the Raider fans' Super Bowl, for being honest. Like, this is the time where we're the most happiest. We're looking forward to everything. I'm not trying to rain on nobody's parade, but I'm just, hey, it's the truth. We got to point it out. But I do feel good about the offseason, though. I do feel good about how the Raiders have been conducting business this offseason. So, unlike the Baltimore Ravens, man. But, it is what it is. Black Sales says Sam Rush. We talked about it. Okay, was good. All right, Sam Rush out of Stanford. All right.
He's nice. He's a guy that was definitely contribute as a blocker. So I like him. Let's do that. Texas A&M too. I forget his name. That's just pretty solid too.
Yeah. So Mike, man, it's been a minute since we chopped it up. But what are your thoughts on the offseason so far, Mike? From the coaching staff, from free agency, and now it's like draft season. You already know what it is. Less than a month. Actually, less than a month, a few weeks until the draft.
Couple weeks, yeah.
What do you think of the Raiders offseason so far?
Man, bro, this has been, and to your point, you said offseason's been like the Super Bowl for us, but this year, bro, like I would say the last couple off seasons we've been like, okay, we'll see how it goes. This year, we're like, all right, this is the start of something special, right? I'm ecstatic. I'm excited. This is a complete makeover, and this is something that was definitely needed. I'm happy about it. I'm now excited for the season to start. I wasn't excited last season when the season started. I wasn't a fan of Geno Smith. The year before, I wasn't a fan of Gardner Minshew, Jimmy Garoppolo. Like, this year is much different than the years past. Kirk Cousins, bringing him in to mentor or presume you can pretty much mark it down and pin our number 1 pick. Bro, this is an exciting time to be a Raider, bro.
Yeah. Nah, facts. So you're a big fan of the coaching hires from the head coach, Clint Kubiak, obviously some of the guys that they hired on staff too. What was your favorite coaching hire outside of the head coach?
Outside of the head coach is Rick Dennison. Offensive line coach. You know me, I'm about the trenches, man. Trenches wins titles. We've seen the woes of not having an offensive line coach, right? We've seen that last year. Brennan Carroll was an absolute disaster. And now you got somebody like, Rick Dennison, who's cut his teeth in the NFL for years. And now you're seeing him come in and bring some damn order to what the Raiders need in the building, man. And that's what we've been needing for years. Expect DJ Glaze to have a turnaround season, man. This system under Clint Kubiak fits his style, man. And I keep saying that to folks. DJ Glaze is going to be back in business.
Okay. Hey, that's
man. I've been saying that's my favorite hire, period, including the head coach. That's my favorite hire, bar none.
Yep.
Well, okay, since you brought up DJ Glaze, you're talking about the right tackle position, right? Do you think Charles Grant has a chance to steal that position in training camp?
There's always a chance, bro. There's always a chance, and the great part about it is this competition, if it is a competition, which I suspect is going to be, this just builds depth, right? You're sharpening iron amongst each other, and then maybe we get a guard at the right side, or we give Caleb Rogers some run. I'm hoping that we bring in an additional guard to bring some additional competition at that position. I would like to bring in another left tackle, and we'll talk about it in a little bit who have my eyes on, but bringing another left tackle, because once Miller's out the door, we're going to need to have somebody that's already been developed that can come in there and make some plays.
Well, I mean, I don't know if this is a big ask, but Charles Grant is a left tackle, right? Is he? I mean, unless they obviously we're putting him at right tackle just because we want to put the best guys out there, and Cole Miller starting as of right now. But I think Charles Grant played left tackle in college, right?
Yeah,
I believe so. And the thing is you can always have another player that's in there that's a true left tackle, and I'm speaking of a specific player. I don't want to give away too much, but you add just competition on both sides, man. You can't lose. Yeah. You can't lose. So, I mean, and then you have the right coaches, man. It's just exciting to see that the offensive line has a direction, and then they have some order with the proper coaching, man. I'm excited. I'm excited, man.
Yeah. And then we get to free agency, obviously, and Raiders are super aggressive. They had a whole bunch of cap space, as well as a mandate to spend all that money, because I think every 3 years they have to spend at least like 90% in total of cap space. And so they had no choice but to spend that money. And they went ahead and they addressed the linebacker position. Obviously, this is before Max Crosby's trade did not go through. So they picked up, they re-signed Kuntz. They signed Kwity Paye. Like, out of all those moves, what was your favorite move?
I mean, we got to go Quay Walker, right? I mean, I think that's, the Kobe Dean, Quay Walker, that duo, it's kind of like 1A and 1B to me. That solidifies that linebacker position, right? And if we are going to be running the 3-4, you got to have dogs at linebacker to clean up, right? And not saying that we're going to be in a 3-4 primarily, but you definitely want some dogs at the linebacker position to clean up those tackles and attack blitz situations. You definitely need that. And I think that's a tone setter for this defense this year, having those linebackers that are playmakers, something that we've been missing for a few years now. So it feels different, the fact that we actually have some playmakers in the middle at the linebacker position.
Yeah, no, facts, 100%. But now, like, obviously everybody's talking about the big news, right? Today, Kirk Cousins was signed to a 5-year, $172 million deal. I'm just kidding, but I'm not kidding. I mean, like, the Raiders found a creative way to bring him in, but they essentially they're only going to be on the hook for like at least a little over $10 million, which is a 1 year deal. I want to hear you guys' thoughts on the move. Do you see this as a couple of things? Do you see this as a possible? Is there a chance the Raiders move away from Mendoza, from picking Mendoza at number 1, or do you see it as we're gonna sit Mendoza for the year?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
go-
mean,
And this is
Go
not
ahead,
a
bro.
worth. I'm just throwing out these things. Like, what do you guys see from this move? Mike, you want to go ahead and take it?
Oh shoot. Okay. I think that this is a brilliant move from the Raiders as far as just being cap savvy. I mean, specifically, it's a 1.3 million hit on in the cap this season. It's owed $10 million in the 2027 season as a bonus. The Falcons are paying more for him than we are, and we're actually getting his services, $8 million or whatever it is, and whatever that 172 is, it's something that's like kind of pushed down the road. There's some incentives. There's clauses to that 5-year 172. It has nothing to do with the Raiders right now. He's not playing for 5 years, right?
exactly.
As far as the future goes, I mean, you got to bring in a Fernando Mendoza. That's going to be number 1 pick. You got to do it, right? It's not the Raiders' fault that the rest of the NFL value quarterbacks way too damn much. Fernando Mendoza, as great as he is, he's not traditionally what we would say is that first number 1 overall pick, right? We love him. We love the intangibles. We love what he brings to the table. We love all that, right? He's a Heisman Trophy winner and a champion. You got to give him the love for that. But in today's NFL, you need a quarterback of the future to win. And in this year, there's not really any great quarterbacks that you would say is, in theory, is somebody that you would be like, this guy is going to be the franchise guy, right?
Yeah.
Now, Fernando Mendoza can be that dude, right? But I think the Raiders see Fernando Mendoza and like, we see the intangibles. We see what you're bringing to the table. We see all the great stuff. You have the formula. You have the recipe of a champion, but you need some polishing. And that's why we're bringing in a Kirk Cousins to polish you up, somebody that's more like-minded like you. They're pretty much a mirror image of each other as far as personality goes. When they look at each other, it's like Fernando Mendoza's looking at Kirk Cousins. That's him 15 years from now. You know what I mean? So I think like-minded minds, they come together, and it's gonna be good. And then you're gonna see Fernando Mendoza kind of sharpening his tools, learning the playbook, learning what it takes to be a pro in this league. And next year, in the 2027 season, he might be good to go. There's a lot of greats that have sat a year and they came out and they took care of business in 2027. And I think Fernando Mendoza's on that list.
What you got, Severe?
Hey, man, look, I'm gonna let y'all know, man. Me and Mike, we did not coordinate this before the show. I did not tell him what to say. Like, he's saying everything I've been saying about everything, really, about everything. I've been saying for weeks, Kirk Cousins was gonna be the guy. It was made the most sense. His experience in his offense. Kubiak, he has preferred in the past to work with veteran quarterbacks. By the time Mendoza is year 2, he's not a true veteran, but at least he's been a year in the league. He understands the NFL better. Kubiak has never had success with a rookie quarterback, and that's just facts. Bringing a guy like Kirk Cousins to be that buffer, I think that not only is that a benefit to Mendoza, I think that's a benefit to Kubiak as well, because he's going to have to take on the dual roles of head coach and play caller. That's in and of itself a difficult task. And obviously he has experienced guys on the staff like Mike McCoy and Rick Dennison, but it's still not an easy thing to do and manage the game and, watch out for substitutions and watch the refs. Like, it's a lot of things you have to do, as well as, roll with the flow of the game and call plays. So just having a guy like Kirk Cousins, who's a pro, a vet, understands what Kubiak likes, knows his offense, I think that's going to be a big benefit to both of the people that we suspect to be the future of our franchise in Mendoza and in Kubiak. So, I've been saying for a long time that move made the most sense because of the offset language in his contract. It's almost like when we all called. This is funny too. I want to bring this up. Because this is what we all called for Russell Wilson to be signed,
bro.
And when we said Russell Wilson should be signed, we don't want that kind of person. He's not a Raider. But now the fans are cheering for a Kirk Cousins and Fernando Mendoza. Like in the past,
ain't that a bitch?
It's crazy. It's crazy. So I think this is a great move. I think it's a great move. I think it's going to be a big benefit, and I think putting Mendoza on that Patrick Mahomes plan, I think that's the best thing for him.
Look, man, I think this gives Raiders options. It gives them options because what it does is that it doesn't force Mendoza on the field, but at the same time, if Mendoza's lights out early on, then it's only a matter of time if not just win the job outright. And the Raiders would be okay doing it because they're not paying Kirk Cousins like starter level money. They're paying him backup level money on a 1-year deal. So it's like and then you give him an experienced backup, like you guys mentioned. You give him a pro. You give him an opportunity to learn from a guy that's been there, done that, who's been around for a long time. To me, it's just a win-win. My only concern early on was just judging off how Kirk Cousins views himself in the past. Like he's always wanted to be a starter, but I'm thinking that he comes in with the understanding that, look, the Raiders are going to pick a quarterback number 1. Are you going to be okay with that situation? I think the Penix situation in Atlanta might have blindsided him, so maybe that situation might have looked, dysfunctional. So maybe some people kind of question, like, does a Kirk Cousins, would he work here? Because he probably wants to start, and he probably thinks really highly of himself. He doesn't want to be another coach on the field for a quarterback. He doesn't want to be that guy, right? But I'm surprised that the Raiders actually signed a Kirk Cousins, not because it didn't make sense from a contract standpoint. It's because I thought like a guy like Joe Flacco would have made a whole lot of sense. But the way Joe Flacco reacted to the market not wanting him the way he viewed himself is what I thought Kirk Cousins would have thought. And I don't know if you heard about Joe Flacco. He signed with Bengals, but he came out and just said, was like, man, like, I can't believe that, like, no one wanted him as he felt like he was a starter. And he's not gonna go anywhere where he's gonna be babysitting.
I felt like that was an attack to the Raiders, to be honest with you, man.
Yeah, and I'm like, bro, you're 40 years old. You're not Aaron Rodgers.
41.
You're 41 years old. You're not Aaron Rodgers. You're not Peyton Manning. Like you were good. You were a solid QB at your heyday. You had a great playoff run when they won that Super Bowl. I'm gonna give them credit where credit's due. But let's not act like you're an all-time great quarterback. Like, nah, you're not that. You're not that guy. Like, and you're 41 years old. Like, at this point, you got to know who. I thought that would have been a beautiful fit, just because you want to talk about experience. He's been there, done that. Kirk Cousins haven't been. He's been to the playoffs, but has he won a playoff game?
I think he won one. I think he's 1-3 or something like that. I believe.
Yeah.
Possibly. Yeah. I think at that one. He might not have won any. But I think he's like 1-3 if he has one. Yeah.
Kirk Cousins, not gripe, but his knock for years was that he doesn't win the primetime games.
Yeah,
that was him. When the lights get bright, he folds, right? Yeah. But I'm not looking for him to win a Super Bowl. Exactly. It's back to respectability at this point, and I think he brings that at the very least. Can I say one more thing though? And this is a more deeper take, right? And this is kind of attacking the culture of sports in this situation. As a fan base, we're so quick to be like, he's the number 1 overall pick. We want to see him on the field. Let's get him out there, and we want to see it. The fans, we want to be excited about something. But in 4 games, if he doesn't play to your expectations, you're going to call him a bust.
Yep.
And to me, that's just contradiction, right? If you're against this Kirk Cousins thing, right? What this does is Kirk Cousins brings it's like an insurance policy for Fernando Mendoza, right? Mm-hmm. If he does play, if Fernando does play right away, it's kind of on the job training. He's going to get sharpened by the guy. If he's not ready, you kind of give him a safety net. Hey, let's sit you down for a little bit. Kirk Cousins is going to handle this. We don't have the maybe we don't have the best protection right now. Or maybe we're missing a couple pieces for you to completely succeed. Let's put a more grizzled vet in there to save your career from tanking, like we've seen in years past. We've seen Baker Mayfield fail, right? It took him years to come back. We've seen the quarterback from the Panthers. You know, he's finally kind of getting it together. Bryce Young, right? Like, we are so quick to want to plug and play these first overall picks when in today's game, these quarterbacks aren't ready to play yet. And it's nothing against Fernando Mendoza. It's just the development of quarterbacks for the most part, right? We got to stop saying generational too, right? But for the most part, these quarterbacks are good, but they're not great because they go from team to team. They're going from system to system, and you know they're looking at the sideline for the play, so they don't know how to read progressions. So it's like, all right, it's going to take time for them to learn the pro game. Give them some time and don't rush them out there because the fan base wants it. Let's put some training wheels on Fernando Mendoza and let's be patient and do it the right way this time.
No, 100%. And I think a lot of the success with some of the young quarterbacks is because they had a great plan. Starting from that offensive coordinator, they had a great offense. And you know, you want to give credit to some of the young guys that played well early on, but a lot of that is poise. Sometimes it's God-given ability, like, you know, Jane Daniels and like them being like they played well. You got to give them credit, but I also feel like the offense they had around them, they had a good plan and how to utilize their strengths. And I feel like if that doesn't happen early on, then, you know, like you mentioned, some of the guys that didn't play early on, people are gonna be quick to like just throw them under the bus. But in reality, they just need time. They need time to improve. But you know, it is what it is, man. That's the conversation where you're kind of testing people. I don't know, like you're a lot of people kind of like to jump to conclusions when it comes to young players, and it is what it is, man. But hey, everybody that's watching, make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. We got my guy Big Mike Raider. Obviously, subscribe to my guy's channel. Yeah, man. Hey, I'm good with the Kirk Cousins move. I know Severe. I think everybody on the panel, like, it makes a whole lot of sense. He's not coming here to necessarily be the franchise guy. It's just more of a placeholder. For being honest, he's a placeholder.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
yeah.
One thing I would say is that the Raiders better make damn sure they keep Fernando Mendoza away from Kirk Cousins' agent. That's what, I know that much. We keep him away from Kirk Cousins' agent for sure.
Hey, I'll tell you this. Little do you know, is Fernando Mendoza's a business major. He's earning his master's degree in business. I don't think he needs any help. He'll be all right.
Yeah, he's counting his money right now. He's counting right now. But yeah, man, like I think everybody can agree that it was a good move, and like I said, it just gives the Raiders options. Whether Kirk Cousins is the week 1 starter, whether it's Mendoza the week 1 starter, or Mendoza comes in at week 5, or Mendoza doesn't play at all. You know what I mean? Like, that's a possibility. I do feel like that's highly unlikely. Like, in today's day and age, at some point, I don't look at the Raiders as a team that's probably going to be a playoff contender this year 1 in Kubiak's. Maybe it's possible, but I'm you know, but at the end of the day, like, we're being honest, like, nah, probably not. If anything, we might see a little bit of an improvement from the team, but I think at some point you want to get Mendoza in there just to get, you know, just give him some experience. And this is if, like, worst case scenario, like, let's say Kirk Cousins is a starter for like the first 10 weeks of the season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At that point, I'm like, come on, just put him Mendoza for like the last.
That's kind of where I see him making his appearance after like 8 to 10 weeks.
Yeah,
I think that's when he'll be in the game.
Yeah, but there is a possibility that he, you know, Mendoza comes in there because we're hearing all
smoking. Hey, it's just a win-win at the end of the day, like you said. Like, if he comes out, you know, hey, he's way better than what we thought he is. He's ready now,
right?
And that's just a win for us, man. It's a win-win situation.
I don't think that's the Raiders' intention. I mean, I think the Raiders would prefer he sit the whole season. I think even if we're losing, I think they would prefer for him to just sit and learn. I think barring an injury or something catastrophic happening, I think Kirk Cousins plays the whole season. And I think that if you just look at the dynamic of it, you know, that there weren't a lot of options for Kirk Cousins, you know, admittedly, because, you know, once Kyler went back to Minnesota, Obviously, the Dolphins have Malik Willis. We all know what the Arizona Cardinals are doing. They're aching for Arch. They're dumping for Dante. Losing for Lenoris. Like we all know what's going on there. So that's why they weren't going to touch Kirk Cousins under any circumstances. So like there weren't a lot of spots for Kirk to really go to and start. Because I think he's coming here on a 1-year audition to prove that, I can still play quarterback at a high level and I can still be a starter somewhere else. And, I don't know this for a fact, but I believe there were probably some assurances to him. Like, look, we're going to let you basically this first year is yours. And then after that, we need you to do the right things, be a good team player. We're not doing you like Atlanta doing you. You coming in with this eyes wide open. You understand the dynamic. We're drafting Fernando Mendoza #1 overall, and we expect a certain level of professionalism that maybe wasn't displayed with Michael Penix in Atlanta, and and for that courtesy, this is your year to show for you to show the NFL that you still got it, and then hey, you make your money. We go our separate ways.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, earlier you're I know the chat's like kind of some of the people in the chat reacted to you talking about Mendoza not really being your prototypical #1 pick. But at the end of the day, like, I'll say this. People like to throw that generational word a lot. But in reality, how many generational players are there?
The word is generation.
Yeah.
I mean, let's stop using the word generational. And let me kind of clarify what I mean by that. Like, he's not a prototypical #1 pick, right? This is what the media is saying. You know what I mean? He's 6'5", 235 pounds, pretty solid arm, right? I don't know what it is about him, the way he carries himself. People just don't take him seriously, right? There's experts out there to say that Daniel Kelly, being one of them, a draft expert, gives him a 4th, 5th round grade, right? Coach JB, Coach JB, Coach JB hates the dude, right?
Yes. Come on, bro.
He gave what?
Daniel Kelly.
Is Daniel Kelly the Jets guy? Is that the Jets guy?
He's like some NFL insider draft.
What did JB
guru.
say? What did JB say about Mendoza?
He said he's shitty.
I can see JB not liking him just based off his personality.
Personality.
Come on, bro. Like,
JB's full of shit, man. JB's full of shit.
Look,
and I know, Mike, you watch him enough where you've seen that he changed his tune a little bit. Because he wasn't saying, he was saying during the college football season, he wasn't saying that.
It's true.
He wasn't saying that. He changed it up at some point.
Hot takey. Yeah.
And that's the problem I have sometimes with a lot of people who are putting out stuff. You could tell they're doing it just to get some type of reaction, and so they can get the conversation going and get the the numbers and all that type of stuff. But it's just like, come on, man. Like, and I'm not saying I watch JB all the time, but I remember JB. Yeah. I've heard JB talk about Mendoza, and he wasn't saying he wasn't saying he was shitty at all. But
he's definitely he's put a little hot sauce on it lately. So
and I think that circle, like, so shout out to Raider331. I don't know if you're watching right now, but he sent me something on IG with the Jason Whitlock was basically saying Mendoza's a 2nd round pick, and I think people are just out there fishing for hot takes. I've said my piece about Mendoza. I don't think he's a #1 overall pick either, but in this draft class, there really is no #1 overall pick. First of all, there is no #1 overall pick. I don't think there's a player that would be a clear-cut #1 guy. So when you have that situation and you have a quarterback that checks multiple boxes, then obviously that's the guy you're going to go with. And in terms of personality, I already said in the past, if the team, I don't worry about his personality if the team is having success. I worry about it more so if they start losing, because then if they start losing, who are they going to point to? They're going to probably point at Mendoza, and then how he handles that. I want to see that, because he's such a happy guy. He's like such a cheerful, happy person. Kind of dorky, yes, but I don't knock him for that. But when it's time to to deal with that adversity and rally the troops and galvanize guys, especially like grown men in the NFL, grizzled vets. Like, how do you handle that? And I want to see it. You know, I'm not saying he can't do it, but there's questions.
I will say this, man. His personality and what he brings to the table, his work ethic, the brains, the IQ, you can see how he conducts himself with the media. That is something that is special. That is generational. The intangibles, right? He reminds me a lot of Brady as far as how he's going to approach the game, how he's going to come in and bring his lunch pail and work every day to get better, right? That's generational. What he's bringing to the table now is something that we've seen before, right? Big, tall, prototypical size. He can throw the ball down the field. He can throw the short passes. You know, he's accurate, very accurate. All the props to him, but we've seen it before. But the intangibles are generational. I'll say that.
Nah, I mean, I'm not mad. Man.
That's the most important thing at the end of the day.
I'm not mad at Mendoza, man. Hey, look, look. Would we want a guy that's super athletic, cannon of an arm? You know what I mean? Generational quarterback that you guys are describing, that you guys are alluding to, of course. But like Severe said, he checks a lot of boxes. You brushed over a little bit, but he's 6'5". He's 6'4", 6'5" QB. Hey, that's what we want a QB to be. He's not like, you know, what's the quarterback for the Panthers? Bryce Young, who's like
Bryce Young
or Kyle Murray, where they're just super small back there, and you got to question if they can see the middle of the field, and they got to do all this just to get out of pocket, just so they can see a certain part. You know, it's just we got a guy that's 6'5", 230. He weighed in at 230. Will he, by training camp, will he be 230? Maybe just under that. But even then, he might eventually, because he's still growing. You know what I mean? He's 22 years old, so he might actually get to a 230 playing weight. So you got a 6'5", 230 quarterback. Now, does he have a cannon? I don't think so. Does he have a really good arm? I think he has a really good arm. I think it's just in the middle. There's good. Well, I'll say this. There's okay. There's no arm. There's okay. There's solid. There's good, really good. And then obviously we can keep going to describe like the elites, the great, you know, the guys with great arms. I think he's very good. He's in that very good category. But I don't know, man. He has enough where you could be like, maybe there'd be something there. And you kind of talked about the intangibles. I think that's important. I think for a guy like Brady, who's in a building, he talks about that a lot. He talks about like the guys that he feel like, you know, he talks about winning Super Bowls with guys with those types of intangibles. You know, it kind of scares me a little bit because I think Brady's kind of looking for himself in a quarterback.
A little bit.
But everything kind of works out in a way with Mendoza because there isn't no other choice. Now, if there was another guy where we would be like, hey man, this is obviously the guy that the Raiders should go with,
right?
And it was Mendoza. I think that would have been a really good conversation. But right now, it's like it's Mendoza and everybody else, and the Raiders need a quarterback, so they need to swing at it. I don't think we could wait till next year and hope and pray. Like how many how many first rounds that we felt like the Raiders should have just went and got a quarterback, but they couldn't for whatever reason. They weren't in position to get one. And guys don't, to be honest with you, teams, if there's a quarterback on the board that is who we think they are, you think that team is going to pass up on them? You know what I mean? Like,
no.
I'm just saying, like, we all wanted Jaden Daniels. The Commanders were not trading out number 2.
Yeah,
they were not trading out number 2 for Jaden Daniels. So I'm just saying, like, that's a hypothetical situation, but I'm just glad like the Raiders got the number 1 pick. They're gonna get their quarterback. They're gonna get their attempt to develop. Clint Kubiak doesn't take the job if the Raiders didn't have the number 1 pick, and to get
likely.
He could have easily been like, you know what? I'd only been in Seattle for 1 year. I'll just wait.
Yeah,
I'll just come back. You know, he for whatever reason he was like, hey, look, I like what the Raiders are doing over there. They got the number 1 pick. This quarterback is exactly what I'm looking for at QB. We'll see what happens, but it's a really good situation. Isaiah makes a good point right here. He talks about, bro, $341 million in career earnings. He's talking about Kirk Cousins. So Adam Schefter tweeted this out not too long ago. He says, including $10 million due next year, Kirk Cousins then will be at $340 million in career NFL salary earnings. Of that, an all-time NFL high 339 and some change, obviously guaranteed, meaning 99% of Cousins' career NFL earnings will be fully guaranteed.
It's crazy,
man. Money man, Kirk, man. He don't play around. He don't play around.
Nah, not at all.
If you have, by the way, the phone lines are open. Calling numbers 856-209-5978. As you see it on the screen again, the phone lines 856-209-5978. There you go, man. Appreciate everybody coming through. Make sure to click in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. MB says, I've been wanting this dynamic for a while. Veteran bridge, QB1 with the veteran QB on deck. Yeah.
Perfect situation, man.
Perfect situation. It's kind of like, and people were kind of hating on it. Some people were hating on it. They were like, oh, what is a rebuilding team doing trying to sign Kirk Cousins? But they were looking at it from a surface level, like that contract that he signed wasn't a big time deal.
Mm-hmm.
It was essentially a 1-year deal. And why wouldn't you want to have a veteran in the room for a young QB? It's like very short-sighted. They were thinking that, it's going to be a competition. It's going to be a problem. It's going to be, I think Kirk Cousins comes in with the understanding that, hey, there's a young quarterback in here. He's there to kind of like basically, keep the
what pisses me off about that statement is like, you say rebuild, but it's not like we're a situation where we're descending in trend. We're trending downwards. This is a team that's spent a lot of money. We brought the best center in the league, arguably, right? We got two solid linebackers on the other side. Max Crosby, by the grace of God, is back with the Raiders. In my opinion. But you know what I mean? Like this is an upward trending team. You can't say surface level stuff like this is a rebuilding team. Like, we're not gonna we likely won't make the playoffs this year. But I'll tell you what, you got to deal with us this year. I'll tell you that. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Short-sighted.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with the rebuild part. It's just what is their definition of what happens in a rebuild? Teams are still trying to get better. Teams are still trying to make the right moves. Like
when you got that label on you, you're not supposed to do anything. You know that? Come on, you didn't know the rules. You didn't get the rules. You're supposed to just clear the house, just hold your money, and hope for some scraps. That's what this media. That's how they act. Like when you say rebuild, like you're not supposed to thrive in any sort of way.
Yeah.
And the Raiders have brought in guys that won. Quay Walker, there's an organization that won. The Kobe Dean organization that won the Super Bowl. Tyler Linderbaum organization that won. Obviously, Kirk Cousins has had tremendous success in this league. So they're bringing Kwity Paye, even though the coach, they're kind of hot and cold, but like they were on the best team in the league for a little while. So they've brought in guys that have seen winning and that can bring a winning culture to this team. And I think that's kind of what we've been lacking. And we depended wholeheartedly on a 74-year-old man to do that for us last year, essentially by himself. But now we've done it not only on the coaching staff, but on the roster as well. So I think that's going to be just a tremendous benefit, not only for the here and now, but that should reverberate going forward, because when you set that foundation and you set those those expectations and those benchmarks, then and we have a younger coach that will be here to kind of see it through, like you don't tend to go backwards.
DK says JB's a hot take artist. Yeah, man, he's kind of going into that situation. Early on, I thought, hey, man, maybe this is just his truth. And then I was just, after a while, just like,
It's entertaining though, man. Yeah. JB is entertaining.
He's crazy. He wild, man. But and he's not the only one. I put a couple of guys from ESPN for sure. What's old boy podcast with LaShawn McCoy and all them boys.
Oh,
Acho, Emmanuel Acho.
Acho, he kind of he kind of falls in that category too.
Well, yeah, that's all
takes.
he is. That's all he does is hot takes.
Ryan
Exactly.
Clark, Dan Orlovsky, like you can tell, like, come on, bro.
Yeah,
I don't think Dan Orlovsky is a hot take artist. I think
he really believes that Simpson is the guy.
Come on.
Like,
yeah. I
crazy.
mean, I think he looks at. I mean, I think that's like we talked about before. When it's easy to look at Simpson and see him doing NFL things and how he would operate in an NFL offense. With Mendoza, there is, some projection you have to do there. And so I think sometimes guys like that, they're more comfortable with, well, Ty Simpson might have question marks about other things, maybe his size, but we've seen guys his size have, success in the NFL. Maybe his lack of starts, but he is an older guy. Then usually the guys that have lack of starts, they're usually really young also. So Ty Simpson, it's like a little bit a different dynamic because he's set and waited his turn. And while he could have left, he didn't. So maybe he looks at the lack of starts a little bit different. And obviously he operated, in a situation where the team was wholly dependent on him for success or failure. So if he didn't go out there and have a good game, the team wasn't going to win. And he did, more pro level stuff, under center, play action, boot actions, full field progressions, like all that stuff he actually did. While Mendoza, he didn't do any of that stuff last year at Indiana, where they're like 99% RPO. I think he has like 5 snaps. I think he had 5 snaps under center the entire year. So Dano looks at all that and says, look, I see a guy that's running pro stuff who had to carry the team on his shoulders, and he was through the first 8 weeks or whatever until Mendoza really took off. He was the projected number 1 overall pick. So I think he looks at that and says, I'm not going to knock him, because obviously he fell down toward the end of the season. Because if you flip it, Mendoza in the beginning of the season, he looked shaky a lot of games. So I think he's taking it like that, where, if you take half the season and just look at half the season for Mendoza, and you say, oh, this guy's not it. But if you look at the back half, he's number 1 overall pick. If you look at the first half of Ty Simpson's season, he's a number 1 overall pick. But look at the back half, he's not. So I think he looks at it in that way and says he feels more comfortable with what he sees from Ty.
Yeah, but like, look, the thing about Simpson, like I get it. That's his guy. Like he doesn't want to go against what he sees. But at the end of the day, like how many quarterbacks have we seen with less than like 20 starts have success in the NFL? And he kind of stopped short of saying that, oh, I would actually go with Ty Simpson's number 1. He kind of like what he did was, at the end of all that spiel that he had of like Ty Simpson does this and Mendoza showed me this, and this is why I'm going with Ty Simpson. At the end, he was like, well, I feel more comfortable taking Ty Simpson in the 15 to 20 range than drafting Mendoza number 1. So it's almost like he's kind of protecting what he says. It's like, come on, man, if you're going to stand on it, stand on it.
Stand on it, man.
I think there's a difference between, like, I have my opinions on players, but I also understand the reality. So I may say I might think a guy is like, we all know how I felt about, Travion. But I knew Travion wasn't going to go before Genty or Hampton. So I knew that for a fact. Even though he was my favorite back, I knew who the order of the backs was going to be. So I think he understands Mendoza is going to be number 1 overall pick. Whether he thinks Mendoza is number 1 or not doesn't matter, because he knows what the narrative around Mendoza is. So he's saying personally, Ty Simpson is his number one overall quarterback, and he feels comfortable drafting him in that 15 to 16 range, understanding that Mendoza is going to go number 1.
Yeah, but then like is he overlooking traits too as well? Is he looking over his experience in college too? Like, is he just going off NFL the throws that he made in 8 games out of the 15 games that he's played in his whole entire college career? Like, is he like, I get that he likes what he sees on tape, but then it's almost like he's leaving a big part of everything else that you would.
I hear both of you guys' side, but I look at the third side, right? And it's the business of the game. I don't know if it's true or not, but they share the same agent, allegedly. This is what I've heard. So you see it a lot of times where some dude would advocate, these media guys will advocate for a guy, caping up for whoever, and using, you know, a blind lens just because they share the same agent. I'm not saying this is happening, but that's what I've heard. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to take somebody's take seriously when that is kind of hanging over them, allegedly, right? That's,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
See, but I think it's. I mean, I understand that side of it, but also there's also the side where, like, if you're a former quarterback and you work in the NFL business, at the end of the day, your number one job is to look out for number one. So I'm not going to sacrifice my credibility as an analyst, especially that of the position that I played in the league, to help somebody else that I know is not going to go number one anyway. I can understand if a situation where, okay, he can potentially go number one overall. Okay, man, I'm going to help push you past the finish line. But Ty Simpson ain't going number one. Ty Simpson, no, he ain't going number one. So it's like, I'm not going to sacrifice my credibility and hurt. And, you know, we see it's been detrimental to him online and you know, in football circles, going out on a limb like that. I don't think you go out on a limb like that unless you truly believe that.
Yeah, look, man, everybody remembers when you right, not when you wrong. So
No, they don't.
They
don't. They forget they remember when you wrong more than anything.
Nah, they remember when you right. They remember when you right. I don't think they remember when you wrong.
You got to remind them when you right.
Well, no, I'm just talking about, like,
do.
But
you got to remind them when you right. Look, well, what's the one thing people always say? Severe didn't like Brock Bowers. She doesn't know anything, but they forgot everything else I was right about. They don't forget. Here's the guy that he said we shouldn't have took Brock Bowers in the first round. What does he know?
Hey, I bet you people don't remember. People don't remember that we had Michael Penix going in the top 10 two years ago.
And they crapped on his story.
Yeah, no, he's a second round guy. Why would you do that?
Yeah, but you're talking about but you're talking about what you remember. I'm saying what other people remember. Like, I don't think anybody's bringing that up right now. But not even then. I'm also just talking about also people in the national media, people who have takes and they're all saying this guy's this and this guy's that. You don't really remember all the takes that they say that are wrong. They'll talk about the times that they're right. Like, how many times has, I don't know, a guy like who's the draft guy for ESPN? Forgetting his name. Mel Kiper. How many times has he been
Daniel
wrong?
Jeremiah?
You know what I mean? Daniel, how many times have they been wrong? Yeah. You can't.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
People bring it up all the time. That's the thing, though. People bring it up. Yeah. People bring it up all the time.
No, I don't remember. I don't remember when Daniel Jeremiah was wrong. I don't remember when Mel Kiper was wrong. I don't. I really don't. But I do remember some of their good takes. You know what I mean? But, you know, it is what it is. I think like, personally, obviously, because you making content just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, so obviously you're gonna remember when that one person is gonna, like, bring up something and point something out. But I don't think people are gonna remember any bad takes that you have, because at the end of the day, like, it can only go two ways, and, you know, it's 50% chance you could be right, 50% chance that you could be right or wrong. Eric said, yeah, we last with the first.
I think he's commenting something in the chat. Yeah, if you're not first, you're last. But we're last place in the NFL, but we got the first pick. Biggest Talladega Nights reference. If you ain't seen that movie, go watch it. That's where I got it's the fastest it gets paid. It's the fastest that's from that movie.
Nah, fact. Mendoza standing at the top of the mountain. Yeah, man. Calling numbers 856-209-5978. Hey, Mike, how did you react to the Max Crosby situation?
When he was gone, I was a little bit upset. I think in today's league, and most teams, I had a whole rant about it, man. To be honest with you, it was more of like, you know, the Raiders, us as fans, we'll say a player's not bigger than a shield, and I'm like, well, you know, players make your team good, you know, and great players make your team, you know, great. I don't care how bad you are. I'm not giving away somebody who's at Max Crosby's level for 2 first-round picks that may not work. I really don't care about the draft picks, to be honest with you. When you got a for sure sign like Max Crosby. Yeah, he's 29 years old. I get it. Knee injuries, all that stuff. But Max Crosby's different, man. We tend to forget that Max Crosby's on a different level than most players. I think he's invaluable as far as having draft. Now, if you get 4 first round picks, okay, that makes sense. But 2 to me, I was like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm glad he's back. Long story short,
I was celebrating, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was 2 first round picks. What? Are you serious, man? Look. This mock draft that we about to do in a second, man, would have been nice if we had that 14th pick. I'm not gonna lie. You know, the possibilities of the players that we could have got in the top 15. Now, obviously, we can look back at the times that the Raiders have not drafted well, but I don't think we should use that as a measuring stick of why we should make moves, when clearly, to me, I think it's the right move for both parties that are involved, especially Max, because he's getting up there in age. This is his he's had how many coaches in the last his whole career, probably at least five head coaches.
Yeah.
So at this point, you could see the writing was on the wall, and a lot of the Max Crosby leaving kind of came from Max. He's the one that actually spoke. I think Vic Tafur was saying that he had a conversation with Mark Davis after the season, and they had an understanding like, hey, look, like this was gonna be it. Like he's looking to lead the Raiders, but he kind of kept things under wraps to help the Raiders get a deal that was, beneficial for everybody involved, which I respect. I'm like, hey, cool. And guess what? We got 2 first-round picks out of it. And I thought that was a beneficial move for the Raiders long-term. Obviously, in the short term, it's going to hurt the Raiders a little bit because we're losing a great player. But long-term, I think when you draft Mendoza, you kind of are telling everybody like, hey, look, this is the guy that we're going to build around. Yeah. The Raiders messed up. They didn't build around Max the right way. And now he's heading into his 30s. And he's only going to get older. And every year he's gotten hurt. Every year he's had a surgery. Hopefully, I don't know if Spytek actually said this recently. But I hopefully this year Max kind of gets the picture as far as like, come on, man, we don't need you to play every snap.
Yeah, I think Spytek said it. I think it was Spytek. Yeah, during this media availability during the owners meetings. But yeah, man, you guys know how I felt about it, man. Like I said, I think it was that time, and I think I was glad we sent him to a situation where, he gets to play with Namdi, he gets to play with Lamar, obviously on the other side. Jesse Minter is a defensive-minded head coach. He's going to maybe unlock something, being able to unlock something in Max a little bit more. And I think it's a benefit for the Raiders because, I think we hit the full reset. Jettison just about all of the old guard out at this point, and then outside of Colton, really. And then, we start fresh and brand new. And those 2 first-round picks, I mean, I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but if you think about it, very few players have been traded for 2 or more first-round picks. So so he was in a select company, and especially guys that are that are non-quarterbacks that are coming off for surgery and approaching 30 years old. So I thought that was a good deal for us and a good deal for Max. And as like you said, in the short term, I'm glad he's back. And if we can do like a Seattle did and turn this thing around in quick 2 years, I know obviously that would still, obviously that puts us right back in the driver's seat, and Max will be an integral part of that. But there's so many holes on this roster still, even after us splurging heavily in free agency. I think we're hoping that some of the guys that didn't perform last year, it was the result of their coaching and not necessarily them as players. And if that is the case, then that kind of accelerates the rebuild or the retooling or the reset, what have you. So And if that's true, then I think it's it works out for all parties. But at this point, the Ravens did us dirty, so it is what it is.
Yeah. And that was always the big question: is that are the Raiders going to be able to turn it around before Max's prime is done?
Exactly.
That's
he deserves to be. He deserves to, because we always say Max gets a lot of respect from his fellow players, but I don't think he gets the esteem from the national media as much. And part of that's because playoffs is where the stars are made, and he really hasn't had an opportunity to go in there, and wreck shop and be on it. Like, the Raiders haven't been good, so they don't get a lot of nationally televised games.
Yeah.
So like the average Joe, they don't get to see Max on a regular basis. Obviously Myles Garrett is an alien, so everybody knows who Myles Garrett is. But outside of him, like they're usually the star players, or especially on defense, there are guys that are on good teams.
Yeah. I don't think anybody knows. I don't think people know how good Max is. I think they know, but they don't know how good. He's not Myles Garrett. He's not. I think Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett is an alien, but he's not from this planet.
Yeah.
Not from this planet.
After Myles Garrett, you couldn't make an argument. You can make an argument.
Max could be two.
Yeah, he could be two in a good year. But the thing is that for him to actually maximize and be that in that number 2 role, like right behind him, or even maybe better, having a better year. I'm not better player, but just having a better year. You got to have better players around him, and I think Max coming back to some of the guys that we mentioned that were added on defense, it kind of makes you think a little bit. And now we're about to do a mock draft. If you haven't already, make sure to click and hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Obviously, we know what the first round pick is going to be, but that second round comes around. Do we look at adding another piece to this defense and be like, hey, look, we just added a few pieces in the free agency. If we just add maybe a nose tackle, maybe like safety, you know what I mean, in the early rounds, like there might be the missing piece to maybe at least being a really good, or at least good, solid defense next year. And that's a big jump coming from last year. So let me go ahead and put this up here.
I'm gonna put Mike in. Mike been doing all the film studies, man. He been doing the big 30. So I'm gonna put him in the driver's seat when that second round come around. He gonna know what's up.
Got you.
He gonna know what's up.
I got you, man. I got you. And you know what's funny, man, is after this draft, we're gonna have to see when it comes to training camp what we do have in the season, all that stuff. We're gonna look at this team in a completely different light, because we can get starters from 1 to 4, from the first to the 4th round. So you fill those holes that we are, that we do have with some guys that can be role players or starters. This team looks a lot different. So, I'll say that.
Not facts.
All right, so let's see here. All right,
you about to hit some trades or?
No, we could. We'll do the first one straight up, and then if we have some time, we could do a second one. We'll just do a random trade, in depending on where you want to do it, we could do that.
Yeah.
All right, so the first, I'm gonna go ahead and start the draft. We all know first pick is gonna be, it's gonna be Mendoza, so we're just gonna draft that.
Exactly. Might as well. Yeah, let's do it.
But you know what? Before I pick Mendoza, real quick, Mike, who do you think the number 2 pick is gonna be to the Jets?
Arvell Reese.
Yeah.
Arvell Reese.
Agreed.
But Jeremiah Love's probably the best player in this draft right now, to be honest with you.
Agree with both of those takes.
All right, here we go. I got Mendoza. Arvell Reese was the number 2 pick in the mock draft.
Who went 14? Who went 14 to those bums?
All right,
they should just give up that pick.
So
man, NFL should snatch him. Oh man, I know a lot of people love him too.
Vega Ione, bro. Oh man. My God,
I know a lot of people and that's what a lot of people wanted us to draft at 14. That's like when I saw 2 names mainly, Ione and Lemon. Those are the 2 names I saw.
Yeah.
Dang, Sonny Styles went 3. It's crazy. Jeremiah Love to the Giants. I could see that.
Yeah. I'm trying to see.
Montour Delane went high.
Yeah, it's a little high.
Dang, Jermaine McCoy went high too, though. Dang,
Tyson dropped all the way to 19.
Damn, that's
I
crazy.
don't see that happening.
Yeah.
If that does happen, the Raiders should think.
Damn,
about
my
moving
dog
back
went
into
at
the
20.
first.
They took my dog at 20. Was that 20 at 26? Was that 26 or 20, 25?
Just like you said,
Max.
Mike, before the show, you said like there's gonna be a run at
A run. Yeah.
Cooper.
I suspect that's really gonna happen.
Yeah.
Facts. Concepcion in that offense. Oh, that's nasty.
Kane McDonald went to the Bills 26. Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, my dog Max Iheanacho, he went to the Browns too. And he went earlier than I thought. I thought he was gonna at least last to like the late third, like almost like basically the 30s. He went first round. They banking on his potential.
Yeah. If you're just joining us, we're just reacting to the mock draft real quick before we pick.
See, this is I forgot. This is what you call it. This is PFF, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Pick 36. Raiders on the clock. We're going to do it straight up this time around. We got Caleb Banks on the board. Obviously, he has some type of foot injury, so that might be a pass. But from a talent perspective, man.
Yeah.
The guy that probably went first round easy.
High risk, high reward for sure if you pick him at 36.
Yeah.
I have to remove him from the big 30 list, though, because of that foot injury.
Foot injury,
Pregnon.
He was on the big 30 list, and there's a solid video about him too.
Yep.
Yeah, hey, strong guard, man. That dude is a house. Dude's a house, and he's real physical, nimble feet. I like him. Some people say that he doesn't fit in a wide zone scheme. I beg to differ. He did it at USC. He did it at Wyoming. I think he would be a good fit. But Kristen Miller, like I said, from 0 to 5 technique, he can do it all. And he's a Georgia Bulldog. That'd be a good pick. And then you got Lee Hunter at the nose tackle position. The only problem with that is that he's only good in first and second down. You know what I mean? He's in obvious run situations. And how often are we going to be running the 3-4? We need to have somebody that's going to be in there full time and really, make a difference. So if I have to pick somebody at 36 that's a difference maker, by the way, is Jacob Rodriguez, is he there by any chance?
Let me check. Linebacker.
Right there.
Yep.
There.
Yep. Yes, he is.
So the case for Jacob Rodriguez is that a guy like Nakobe Dean, he's Jake Golday is good too. I like Josiah Trotter. He's a pedigree guy, you know what I mean? But the case for Jacob Rodriguez is a guy like Nakobe Dean. He deals with a lot of injuries. So you lose one guy, now you're missing some depth. You know what I mean? And Jacob Rodriguez can get after the quarterback as well. He didn't have that many sacks this year, but in 2024 he had 5 sacks. So he has the ability to get after the quarterback, and he's a great coverage linebacker. Yeah. So my top 2 would be Kristen Miller or Jacob Rodriguez in this one. So that's where I would go.
Okay. So you said Miller and Jacob Rodriguez would be your top 2?
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at who's on at wide receiver real quick. Let's see who's going. Chris
Bell. I really like Chris Bell, man. Reminds me a lot of Deebo Samuel. 6'2", 220. You can use him as a Deebo Samuel. I mean, remember, Kubiak was with the 49ers when Deebo Samuel was coming out of the backfield, catching those tosses out of the backfield and doing real damage. I see Chris Bell kind of similarly, where he can come out of the backfield, play the X receiver, play the slot. He does a lot of special things where you can really utilize him in a special way. So actually, I would leapfrog him over Jacob Rodriguez because we need a wide receiver.
Okay.
So Chris Bell and Christian Miller are the top 2 right now.
Even though he's coming back from injury, he's hurt right now.
I mean, wide receivers, like for me, if it's a foot injury, foot injuries on big guys are absolute no, right?
Yeah.
That's an absolute no. As far as wide receivers go, like, okay, people get injured. You give a physical, see how he looks at pro day, see how he's running, and the film talks for itself. And I'd be okay with that. I check that off the box.
Okay. So right now, your top guys right now that you would draft at number 36 would be Christian Miller and Chris Bell.
Yeah.
Okay, I do
That's
like
where I
Chris
would go.
Basil, but man, Tennessee, man, it's tough.
Yeah.
They don't run the route tree and very athletic, but just
For all the people who are like, oh, it's another Dante Thornton, but the thing is, he's
He's way better.
He's way better
Yeah.
player than Dante
Yeah.
Thornton coming out. But I don't know if the Rays gonna do that. But Bernard, I wouldn't draft him at 36. Lance, too early. All right,
Early.
I guess
there's a lot of receivers that have value. I think that, yeah.
Oh,
Kamari
I like Hossey. I like Ramsey, who you guys stole from us.
Yeah.
I do like Kamari Ramsey though, but it's kind of early for him. Halsey is. I mean, I'm surprised they have him. Well, I guess the early the second round is probably where Halsey would probably go.
Traydon Stukes went first.
I believe so. Yeah, and
Wait,
the other
I thought I
guy,
saw-
Emmanuel McNeil Warren went too.
Bud Clark is pretty good in the fourth round. He's an interception machine. He's a little undersized, but he goes after the ball. He's special when it comes to that.
Damn. Oh, PFF must be low on Traydon Stukes.
From Arizona,
Yeah. Where
isn't he a corner?
No, I think they have him listed as a free safety. I guess on PFF they have him listed as a corner.
Probably a corner, yeah.
But he played.
'Cause
Hey, I can see him at free safety though.
Did he play?
Safety.
Did he play nickel?
Yeah, I think he played nickel and free safety.
Okay, so they probably have him listed at corner. Probably like a Brian Branch situation.
Hey,
Yeah.
I would do that easy. Well, I mean, let's see.
D'Angelo Pons is there.
Oh,
There you go, Ferdinand. Yeah.
You can get him in the third, possibly.
All right. So, who you looking at, Severe? Who you looking at?
I mean, of the players right there, I'm probably going Christian Miller, just because his versatility. Obviously, another Georgia Bulldog. I think, look, when in doubt, I'm gonna go with the trenches. When in doubt, if it's close, I'm gonna go with the trench. Especially in this draft, I think it's pretty deep at safety. It's deep at wide receiver. There's some guys I like later at wide receiver. Some guys I like later at corner too. So yeah, I'm going Christian Miller.
All
Yeah,
right,
I'll roll with Christian Miller.
here we go. Bell went early.
Hossey went. I saw Antonio Williams.
Hold on.
There's no way Ty Simpson is still there, bro. Come on.
Yeah, that's
Shout
crazy.
out Arvelasky, man. Like, hey, that's his dude. All right. Mike Washington went. Okay.
I told you about my guy out of Demond Claiborne out of Wake Forest. That's a dude I like. As
Running back.
Yeah,
Is
speed.
he what, fifth round projection? Fifth?
Probably, yeah. I would say
Fourth,
like
fifth?
like if we got 3-4, so if we want to take him with our last fourth, but yeah, he might be there in the fifth.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah, I'd
ask.
be
I
cool
didn't
with
ask. I didn't ask Mike, but like, what you didn't like Caleb Lamu from Utah?
I just think that tackle is something that you can probably get right here in the third or fourth round. And the guy I was talking about is Markel Bell from the University of Miami, 6'9", 345 pounds. He's a great pass protector. He's going to need some polishing as far as run blocking goes, but he's 6'9". So, he's going to need some development. And that's what I was saying. He has time to develop behind a Colton Miller. And if he does go out there, he's going to protect the quarterback. That's what he does. So there's a lot of upside with Markel Bell. I think he's probably, I don't know if he's already picked or he's a third or fourth round, late third, early fourth round projection.
Damn, a lot of good players went in the second though. I ain't gonna front.
Yeah. Eli Stowers is a good tight end.
Yeah.
Bryce Lance, so that's kind of high for Bryce Lance in my opinion. Oh, Derek Moore, that's an edge I like too as an edge player. I think Derek Moore is.
I like Derek Moore. Hey, I already told you about my guy, man.
Yeah, I know. And he's gonna be available a little bit later too. So
yeah, fourth round, third, fourth.
All right, so let's look at a couple. Let's look at linebacker. Look at linebacker.
What safety's looking like?
Let's look at safety. I think PFF got him listed as corner, but I think
Stokes
is safety, bro. If he's on the board, that he got drafted.
He probably
Yeah.
there because look at the corners. Because I think we ain't really touched no corners yet.
Will Lee is cool. I like
Bud
Will
Clark,
Lee.
too. I like Bud Clark too.
Yeah, fourth round, you can get him in the fourth, and we have 3 fourths, so you know you can hold off too. So
Maybe he did go. I didn't see him
Damn.
go.
Where'd he go?
Right there. Yep.
yes,
Chicago
that's a good
stole him,
pickup
man.
for him.
Damn.
Oh, that's
That's
a
a
good
good
pick for the
pick.
Jags too. Ponch for the Jags. That's a nice pick for them too.
Yeah.
All right. Oh yeah. What? Let me see. What other position am I missing here? Cornerback.
Wide receiver.
D tackle. Should we be looking at some D tackle?
We
We already-
tried to D tackle. We
yeah,
did
we-
Christian Miller.
We just did. Are we looking at
I
offensive?
say wide out.
Oh, wide receiver. Yeah.
I would go tackle, guard, and then wide receiver.
Tackle guard, wide receiver.
Elijah
So we look
Surratt.
at the tackle.
Branch. I'm trying to stay away from little receivers.
Yeah. What tackles are available?
Tackles. Let me see.
Yeah.
You said it. Oh, there's your boy.
That's your boy. Your boy.
Hey, yeah, that's my guy. It's kind of a reach at 67. You probably have to move back into the third to get him. I don't think he's going to be available at 102.
Well,
Oh, okay.
well, look. What we can do is like, because we're gonna do one more, right? And
Yeah.
and the second one we'll do a trade down.
Okay.
So
Let's do it.
realistically, at number 67, who would you pick? But in a trade down, obviously in a trade down, you might be able to pick an extra third, so it gives you a little bit more wiggle room to maybe be a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah. Let's see who's available right now. I won't go tackle here. We already went interior. I really like Dominique Orange.
Yeah, I do too. Big citrus. That doesn't.
You know
one of
what?
my early guys.
I'm going trenches again. I would go Keelan Rutledge.
Rutledge.
guard.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Rutledge, he's a bad boy. He played tackle at Georgia Tech, right? But they got him as a guard, right?
Yeah, he does both, but he's slated as a guard in the league.
Yeah.
I like Keelan Rutledge, bro.
Yeah, nah, Keelan Rutledge here. Nah, and he is a mean, like talking about mean dudes. That dude is he's a bully out there, bro. He's just a bully out there. He looking to fight somebody, looking to impose his will on you. Like he's a nasty
Phone
dude.
booth guy, man.
Yeah.
That's a phone booth guy, man. I like Keelan Rutledge.
Sure.
All right, so it sounds like that's the pick. We going offensive guard. All right. Hey, man. Let's see. Oh, this is rest of the draft. Let's see.
C- for Keelan Rutledge. That means it's a good pick.
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
All right, that's solid, man. But let's do a second mock draft. That was a pretty good draft, man. Hey, got the quarterback, addressed the trenches. I ain't got no problem with that. So we're gonna do 3 rounds. Try to slow it down, like to go to fast.
Yeah, slow it
it.
down and then stop it at around 20. I've been kind of messing around with trying to get back in the 20th, that 20th pick. So
All
we
right.
can pick one, but
So,
then stop it at 20.
Where are we doing the trade down? We're doing it right before okay, you're saying stop it at 20?
Right
Yeah,
before the
so trying to
Chargers
get back.
pick.
Yeah,
Okay.
trying to get
Yeah.
back into the back end of the first round.
Yep. And I've explained this. I do it for 2 reasons, right? Because we've met with Caden McDonald, right? Somebody that the Raiders seem to like at the D tackle position. He's likely gonna be there around that area. And then second, there's gonna be a run of wide receivers that I think is gonna happen around that time. The Chargers, the Chiefs, the Dolphins, the Texans. A lot of wide receiver needy teams are on that back end of the first. So if the Raiders are looking for a wide receiver, they would have to jump into that late first to get him. So those are the 2 targets I'm having in that 20th range.
All right. Let me move this out the way. All right, so I'm about to click start. I put it on slow on purpose.
Yep. So we already know Fernando Mendoza's going 1.
Oh, can I stop? Oh yeah, I can. All right. So you said at 20, right?
Yeah, at around 20. because I want to see, like, right before where the Chargers pick. I think they picked 21 or something like that.
All right, yeah.
Ruben Bain to the Saints. I can see that.
Damn, Dylan Beeman.
I can see him going to the Chiefs.
Dang,
I can
that's,
see
like,
that.
he's like the old dude they had. Who's the old safety they had?
Oh man, Sorensen.
Yes, yeah. Like
That's why it reminded me a lot of that. They're not getting Sadiq. That would never happen. Maybe
but
the
know
Ravens
what
will get.
they let Isaiah Likely go.
Yeah.
Team Mesidor to
Actually, you can let the Cowboys pick.
Did the Jets take Arvell Reese and Mesidor? Oh, Monroe Freeling. I like Monroe Freeling.
Let the Cowboys pick?
No. Stop at the Cowboys. My bad. Let the Panthers pick. All right. So the reason why I stopped there, because they're looking for interior D-line, linebacker, corner, right? So I want to see who's available now. So, well, actually, get the Cowboys 20. Get the Cowboys 20.
This is why I don't like PFF. It doesn't show you who's on the board while
You're in a trade.
Yeah.
Well, what I do know is that Caden McDonald's still around and no wide receivers have been picked yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we do know that.
No wide receivers have been taken? Let me see.
Yeah.
Makai Lemon.
Yeah.
Number 11.
Makai Lemon. Oh yeah. Probably Tate. Yeah, Tate. Yeah,
Tate.
but
Yeah,
nobody we really realistically thought we would be able to get. And guess who's still on the board?
Jordan Tyson.
Jordan Tyson still on the board.
Exactly.
If we want to go that direction.
Exactly. That's a possibility, right?
Hold up. So I would package for
the
Jordan
36
Tyson
and next year's second.
or this year's fourth. I'm going to be cheap about it.
Okay. Let's see if it works.
All right.
Yeah, start low first.
Yeah, start low. So 36 and then
102.
and round 4.
102. That's next year.
Oh, that's the next year. Oh, okay, I was trying to be super cheap with it.
Yeah.
102. Let's see.
Give them 102. See what they say.
Okay.
They said, hell no. That's why I said 2 seconds.
Yeah, right now, yeah, look at the trade value. They ain't messing with it. They probably got to give up that second.
Yeah. This year, next year's second.
Would you give up? Let me see. 185. Let's give him 185 too.
Yeah, they ain't messing with it. Did you click on it? Yeah,
They're like, nah,
that's
bro,
because
it's
too much talent on the board. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can go ahead give them that next year second.
Let me just give him the whole draft. Let me see what happens.
Exactly, right?
Oh,
yeah, that's
no.
what I'm saying. Yeah, we ain't doing that.
Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. They actually would do it for
Second, third. That's too much.
That's too much. Yeah, that's too much.
And even that's too much.
Even that's too much. Yeah. So I'll try and give them next year second. See if they take that.
Next year's second for damn.
For an additional first? For additional first?
Next year's third. I'll give them next year.
They didn't take this year's third.
No, they look. When I put this year's third, it was.
Oh yeah.
Because it's now, man. Ain't nothing better than now. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So give them, see if they take next year's second. Yeah. See.
But I'll do it.
And then see if you can get one of their later round picks, like a
see if we get see if we get a fifth. Yeah, exactly. That'll offset it a little bit.
Okay, 112. We can get 112.
Let's offer it. Let's see what they say. It's still like 50-50 right now.
You know what? Hell no. I want 92. Let's get that.
See, they ain't doing it. They ain't doing it. You still got you click on 112? Yeah.
All right. So
offer trade.
All right, I'm trade. All right. So hold on. Let me make sure. 36 round 2 next year for pick 20 and 112 by basically a 4th round pick for the Cowboys.
Yep.
All right.
We good? We Gucci.
Oh, good. We got it.
We on the board. We got Vega. And Vega's still on the board. Tyson's still on the board.
Yep.
Hawk,
So,
I mean,
you got one of the best wide receivers out there on the board, and you catch the early wave of the run of the wide receivers, right? You can go with the best guard in the league. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think this is a sweet spot. I don't think Vega's going to be there at 20.
Yeah, I don't
in
either,
realistic,
man.
Maybe Tyson's probably not there. Maybe he is. And then it's intriguing to match up Fernando Mendoza back with his guy Omar Cooper Jr. too.
Yeah.
So, and then Avion Terrell is a solid corner as well. So,
Yeah.
You know, that's my top 4. But I will probably go Jordan Tyson in this situation.
Did Jamad must have went already then, huh?
I think so.
Crazy. He missed the entire year. That's how you know he a dog. He missed the entire year. It's like we still taking you first round.
And then
Katie
McDonald
McDonald
right
there
there.
too. Damn, Maxi and Nacho too. But I know we're not really looking at tackle, but Maxi and Nacho.
But would you really trade up for Katie McDonald? Nah, I wouldn't do it. Like you're not gonna do that for Katie McDonald.
I mean,
I
only say that because they did a top 30 visit. They if he's in your top 30, they see something. And why would you waste your time if you didn't have a scenario in mind? I mean, I'm just thinking critically on this a little bit.
Right.
So
they could be. It could be smokescreen. You know what I mean?
It could be. It definitely could be. In this case, and Raiders transplant said he has hamstring issues. Man, I mean, hamstring issues. I mean, that's tough too.
Number 1.
Ione is like they said if anybody's gonna be a dude in this draft, it's Ione.
Yeah.
So you could go with that. Really solidify that O line.
But trade up for a guard.
I can see Kubiak or Dennison being like, look,
He loves the trenches, man.
yeah, I can see it. Dennison is O-line guy.
Yeah.
And then you got Ashton Genty. He's gonna go crazy. He's
You
going
gotta
crazy
put
with that O line.
They put Ione up there, yeah.
I might go
But-
Ione. I'm going Ione here.
Then you look at our wide receiver situation, it's pretty awful too, though.
That's
the
what I'm
thing,
saying.
Our wide receiver situation is all, and then with the guards, we got guys. Obviously, you know, Ione is a premier talent, and you don't usually pass up on premier talents for guys like a Caleb Rogers and stuff like that. But if we feel that they're good enough, because I think the difference between Jordan Tyson and every receiver we have on our roster, you know, is I think that's a bigger gap than between what we would have as an offensive line with Ione as opposed to without him. So I still think Linderbaum solid, JPJ solid, Miller solid, and then the 2 other spots remains to be seen.
All right, so I'm gonna play devil's advocate real quick. Eric is gonna help me out here. They say Ione don't really play wide zone,
And that's a fit has to be considered. So if he doesn't play the wide zone,
if you're gonna trade up, it better be no questions about it being in the fit, not working out. A guy like at least a guy like Jordan Tyson, you know what he is. You know he's gonna come in there, and you know the type of impact he's gonna have. He's gonna fit the offense. You know he's gonna.
Yeah. And you can't dismiss the fact that you can match up Omar Cooper Jr. with Fernando Mendoza. I mean, we've seen over the years how beneficial that is for a quarterback and receiver to be together. Burrow, Chase. So I will go either Tyson or Cooper, but Tyson would be a good one. I mean, I think if the Raiders did it, they would do it for the sake of bringing Omar Cooper Jr. in, to be honest with you, just for the sake of having those two together again.
Like you trade up for Omar Cooper Jr. Damn, that would be controversial.
It would be, but you playing for now. But Jordan Tyson would be the pick right here, man. Jordan Tyson.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Jordan Tyson.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I mean, the Raiders got one of the best training staffs in the NFL. I think I think soft tissue injuries are tricky. You always worry about soft tissue injuries, but I think top notch training staff. I think they can figure out a plan to kind of keep him healthy. I mean, remember Eric Stokes was a guy that came last year, injury issues everywhere. Well, in Green Bay, basically his entire career, we were able to keep him relatively healthy. So I think that's the risk for us taking, especially if you trade up. Like you trade up for a premier talent. If it wasn't for injury issues, Jordan Tyson is wide receiver 1 in this draft class.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's see where the Cowboys pick at 36.
Lee
Hunter.
That's
makes
fun.
sense.
That's fun. Yeah.
Because it makes sense. They just traded Odigizua, right?
And Concepcion was on the board too.
And that's a guy. And Concepcion is a guy they've met with multiple times too. I think they talked to him at the combine, and he's a top 30 visit. I want to say so. They could have some legit interest in him.
Yeah, true. D'Angelo Ponce and the
And
Jets.
D'Angelo
I can
Ponce,
see that.
man. Yeah, man, working with the coach. Man, what's my guy's name?
Yeah, Bernard's gonna go.
Who?
Second.
The Jets coach, head coach, corner.
Oh,
Aaron
head
Glenn.
coach.
Aaron Glenn, working with
Aaron Glenn. Yeah. I couldn't think of his name either.
Yeah, I always forget. I just remember him
Yeah.
dancing when they scored that touchdown.
Yeah.
It was hella old school too. It was hella old school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keith Anthony Scott. Oh, so they have him at corner. Some people have him at safety too. Okay.
Stokes, yeah.
So I'll tell you this right now,
Brian
bro.
Branch situation, 'cause I think he was a corner.
I'm looking at Dominique Orange here.
I was talking about Keontae Scott. Keontae Scott too. They have him listed.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Some people have him listed as a safety. Maybe a nickel corner. Maybe
Big Citrus. Yeah, I'm good with Big Citrus here.
All right. Okay. All right. So
Yeah, I'll go Citrus or
right on the
even
board, third round.
Grayson Holden.
Just joining us. We just had a first mock draft straight up. This second time around, we were able to make a trade into the first round and draft Jordan Tyson for this year's second and next year. So 2 second-round picks, basically.
Yeah.
So we traded
2 seconds to get Jordan Tyson.
and next year's second. Oh, and their 4th-round pick next year or this year.
Yeah.
And therefore,
This year.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. I think that's smooth. Man. You get a first round talent for a second round pick. Like, I'm good with
And
that.
watch what we do with those. And watch what we do with this one, because we're going to move back into the later third. We have four 4th round picks. So we're going to package those fourths to get into like around the 95 range, the back end of that third on day 2. So that's the plan. That's my plan.
Okay.
With that one. But
For sure.
I'm
good with
going
that.
Dominique Orange right here, bro.
Dominic
Hey,
Ward.
that's been my guy for a minute. Down a little bit more, right there, Iowa State.
Iowa State. Yep.
That's been
All right.
that's been one of my guys for a minute.
So this is a guy that can be a nose tackle, but has some versatility to stay on the field. You think?
Well, if you're looking for versatility, Halton is more of your versatility guy.
Well, I'm just saying, like, can you envision him staying, like, being a more than a 2-down player?
Possibly with some development.
Got you.
Yeah.
With some development.
I mean,
But
look,
he's
At this point, you're just trying to fill a need right here, and he fits it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Look,
if you want to go versatility, Grayson Halton. I mean, he met with the Raiders on a top 30 visit, so I mean, either one. I would go either Halton or Orange on this one.
I like Orange here. I think he has the ability. I think you get him in our system. He's a guy. He's a high effort guy. I mean, I watched his tape. He uses his hands pretty well for a D lineman. Yep. He has a real nice swim move that he can do. I think he does it with both arms. Like I said, he's a super high effort guy. I think he'll fit in well with our room, especially with a guy like Max.
Yeah. Let's roll with Orange. I'm down with that.
All right, let's do it. Now, at what point do you want me to
stop it at 90? Stop it at 90. I think that's where the Dolphins are picking. I think the Dolphins have the 90th pick. You can also pick, I think it's 87 or 85. The Falcons, they don't have that many picks this year, so that'll be a realistic trade.
So 79,
to trade with
79 right now. Falcons are coming up at pick 79.
I think they have 85 too. Actually, 79. Stop at 79.
Okay.
So,
all right. So we're at pick 79. Falcons are on the clock. You want to trade?
So we want their 79.
Okay. Pick 79.
So we have 102, 117, 134, and what else?
So let's give them one.
That we got from the Cowboys.
And 130. Oh, they not budging. Let's see.
Try those top two.
They not going for that at all. All right.
Yeah, give them those top two. See what they doing.
Ooh.
Okay, what's that? Hold up. I'm gonna take one of those off then. Move back a little bit. Try that one. All right, let's offer that.
Yeah.
You know, you got the 5th click to it, or
Oh, this
I ain't
one's
going for
at
that. You got the 5th.
Okay, 11%. Let me see. Oh, I see.
Click.
I see.
Yeah, click off that 5th. Yeah, give them those top. Oh,
No, we have to throw in that 5th.
probably gonna be that top. You gotta throw in that 5th. Yeah,
Well,
to even entice them a little bit.
I throw in this Buffalo pick. Damn.
Okay.
They ain't messing with it. They ain't messing with it.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
185, and what is a good chance? 53% chance it's gonna go through.
All right, let's see.
Let's try it.
So okay, damn. So it'd be 102, 2 4th rounds, and a 5th.
So this is a
Move
top
back to
100
third.
pick still. So yeah.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that. And that other 4th was like that was extra. That was a throw in from the Jordan Tyson deal, which was that could be the steal. That could be the steal of the draft, getting him at 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see if I take that down.
Let's see.
Damn. All right. I'm on
Yeah,
the
they
ground.
ain't messing with it. Over. Yeah.
Yeah, offer this trade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. See.
Yeah, offer that one.
Oh, trade.
Ah,
they denied it.
They
All right.
We might have
we
to
probably gotta give him-
up it in the higher 5th.
Give him that 5th. Give him that 5th. Yeah, the other 5th instead.
Okay. So I traded basically what I did was I traded pick 117 for pick 112.
Yeah.
Okay, do that and see.
And I just took off.
Yeah, take it.
So we keep.
Yeah.
So it's a 79% chance.
Yeah, might as well do it. It's on only 5 spots too. So
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. We on the board.
We in there.
We in there. Let's swim here. Come on. So
which one to do right here?
What are we looking at right now? So we went wide out in the first round, obviously outside of taking Mendoza #1. We went in the third. We took a D tackle, probably most likely the Raiders nose tackle on Dominique Orange.
Yep.
Now are we looking at safety? Are we looking at linebacker?
Looking at guard. We ain't taking the guard.
Are we looking at guard? Let's see. Look at guard. Let's see inside interior offensive line.
I don't see anybody guard wise we would get right now.
Okay. So what are you thinking right here, Mike?
Probably I would go either safety or linebacker, Kyle Lewis or Ramsey.
Okay. Yeah, I like Ramsey, man.
Probably, probably Ramsey.
He left us hanging, but he got game though. Ramsey got game, and I don't think he's reached his top level yet.
And tell me about Ramsey. Is he a free safety type, a guy that can play the deep parts of the football field, or is he closer to the line of scrimmage?
Click on him.
Yeah. Now Kamara Ramsey can play everywhere. No, Kamara Ramsey can play everywhere, but he's more. My opinion, he's more of a post safety, but he's for safety. He's got good measurables for a safety.
All right, so okay.
He's athletic.
So he played about 344 snaps deep in 2023. Oh, so he played a lot in the slot last year as a nickel.
Yeah.
103 in a box.
But he also has the ability to play deep too.
He's kind of
he can play post safety too.
A little bit everywhere.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And think about it, his coach, who USC also stole from us, he's DeAnthony Lynn, his Anthony Lynn's son, but he was in the Ravens organization. He worked with the Ravens on the defensive side of the ball. So Kamari ran, and I think he was a safeties coach. I think he played safety too. So Kamari Ramsey, he's been taught well from a guy that has a pro football background.
Yeah, I would go Ramsey here, man.
Ramsey?
Yeah, I would go Ramsey. And we still got like 2 other 4s. So when the 4th round comes, I'm just saying for the outside of this scenario, 4th round pick, you can stockpile on corners. You can bring in a linebacker. Still value there in the 4th round. So I will go Kamari Ramsey right here.
Okay. Is he a ball hawk? Let me try to see his. I'm not seeing anything here. Not really sure anything.
Coverage grade will kind of tell you what's up, but
Yeah, but okay, so 82, 79. How you guys feel about Wheatley at this spot?
say what? I will go Ramsey right here.
Ramsey's
Yeah,
the
go.
guy?
And Ramsey's only 21 years old too.
Okay.
So he's a young dude. He's a
Yeah.
I want to say he was a 5-star recruit. Coming out,
Yep.
chose UCLA, went over to SC to follow his defensive coordinator. He's 6 foot, like 210. I want to say something like that. 6 foot 210. I think, like smooth size for the position, especially for a post safety.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna make the pick. Kamari Ramsey. Let's see if we can.
So what we did was we got 4 top 100 picks with these
Exactly.
picks. So we're trying to win today. Next year we'll worry about next year when we get there. So
Exactly.
that's also the kind of the mindset when it comes to that.
So pick 90 is coming up. Let's see if we can trade up.
Nah, we're good. You want to trade again?
Let's do it.
I think we're good. I think we're good right there.
Yeah, I think we're good. We're giving up too much at this point. And we just stock up 4th, 5th round, 6th round. We're good.
Yep.
So Ramsey's your free safety in the 3rd round, basically.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, Ted Hurst.
We'll see what PFF has to say about.
Dang, Ted Hurst was available.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
I mean,
we
got
already
Jordan
picked up Tyson. That's crazy, though.
I know.
It's crazy. It's crazy that Harris is there, though.
Well, I'm just saying it would have been.
Yeah.
If we went a different direction.
Yeah.
It's crazy he was still there. A plus, A, probably straight A's, I would assume, or B plus, haters. Or B plus, hating on us.
That's a hell of a trade. That's a hell of a draft.
Yeah.
Man, that's a hell of a draft, man. That's a hell of a draft. We walk away with that, bro. Yeah, we walk away with that.
Front seven, and secondary gets addressed. Then you got the wide receiver. You get your number 1 wide receiver.
Legit one wide receiver.
Nando Mendoza is gonna be happy about.
Yep.
Don't lie, man. If this is obviously a hypothetical situation, but we're gonna keep doing these mock drafts and doing different types of scenarios to see what it would look like. But hey, if you haven't already, make sure to clock in at this point, clock out, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. Hey, man, that's a solid mock draft. So we did 2 mock drafts. First one was straight up. Obviously, second one, we did some trades, and with my guy, I could tell Mike's been doing a lot of different scenarios with these mock drafts. I could tell.
Too many. Too many,
bro. It was. You know how I knew when he got really specific? He was all like, pick 90 and pick 80.
Yeah.
He knew exactly where he wanted to go.
I was like, how did you know that?
Bro, I got a brain for this game, bro. That's why I need to be getting paid for this.
Nah, for real, man. Hey, man, appreciate it. Everybody, make sure to clock in at this point, clock out, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. Man, great conversation with my guy, Big Mike, man. Let the people know where they can find you, what to look forward to, all that good stuff, man.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, at Big Mike Raider on YouTube. Check us out. IG at Big Mike Raider. On X at Big Mike Raider, man. Hey, and go check out Big Mike's Big 30. We've already done 11 days. Today we covered who do we cover today? Man, all the days are kind of mashing up.
You said Chris Bell?
Chris Bell from University of Louisville, 6'2", 220. Big, solid receiver. Yards after the catch is the name of the game with him. Kind of a guy I can see be a gadget player. Go ahead and check him out. And hey, we're gonna be we're gonna keep on cooking with this one, man. But hit that sub button when you get there, man.
Yes, sir, man. We'll be back later next week. Obviously, 50-50 show every Tuesday, and then next week, next Thursday. Well, hey, Around the Shield, we back at it again. The phone lines will be open today. Today y'all was just chilling today, man. It's all good, man. We'll be back at it. Hey, just to remind y'all, every Thursday is the call-in show, and obviously we'll try our best to get a guest on. And we appreciate Mike coming in. Severe,
Thanks
man.
for
Let
having
people
me.
know where they can find you, what to look forward to, all that good stuff.
I mean, you guys know what it is, man. The Severe Raider here on YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok, X, IG, everywhere the Severe Raider. Sundays and Wednesdays with my guy, Chris Protect the Shield, and 805 Raider War Room, Tuesdays and Thursdays. My guy, PharoahNFL, 50-50 show and Around the Shield. And make sure, if you haven't done already, like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, do it on both channels. And if you haven't done so already, if you're not already, first of all, if you're not subscribed to Big Mike, go over there and subscribe to Big Mike. And if you haven't done so, make sure you join Big Mike's fleet, man. Join Mike's fleet.
Man, come on. Welcome aboard, baby. That's right, man. Become a member, man. I appreciate that, bro. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Any last thoughts before we head out?
That's it, man. That's it. It was fun, man. I had a good time, man. Thanks for having me, y'all. Man, this was good.
Thanks, man.
Nah, it's all good, man. Hopefully
we got
have
Kirk
you-
Primos and Kirk Cousins, man. Kirk Cousins and Kirk Primos.
Yes, sir. Hopefully we'll have you on here. Hopefully we'll have you on here soon. Obviously, the mock draft season is well underway. Like people
Hey.
do.
Hey, I gotta say this, man. What is this? Episode 92, 93, something like that?
This is 90 Around the Shield. Yep.
Man, you better have me for number 100. That's all I gotta say, man.
Yes, sir.
Oh, bro, you already know.
We gonna make that happen for
Yeah.
sure. For sure,
Like
man.
that in.
We'll be back at it next week, man. We appreciate everybody coming through. Next week we'll continue the mock drafts until the draft. I think the draft is April
23rd.
23rd.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
get there.
I will be there. If anybody's gonna be out there, make sure y'all holler at me on socials, man. You know, I like to meet most of y'all. Some of y'all, not most of y'all. Some of y'all I like to meet. That's some of y'all.
All right, y'all, man.
Yeah,
We'll see y'all soon, man. Peace.
Peace.